What's up, guys? My name's HeR, and first off, I just want to say this is my 100th vlog. Wow, 100 vlogs. Wow, I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. That's a lot of videos. That aside, I've got some pretty awesome news about Midnight in Salem. Turns out they actually have a game that you can play. I knew that was going to happen anyways. Anyways, HeR Interactive went to this thing. They attended a convention called GeekGirlCon, and it's just a convention centered around girls and empowering them to do great things. It's pretty cool. It happened in Seattle today, Saturday, November 16th. And HeR Interactive was there, and they had a little panel for Midnight in Salem. And they said they were just going to show it off, and I thought it was just going to be show off the trailer, then have a Q&A and talk about the games or whatever. No. What they did instead was they showed off actual gameplay of the game in real time, and someone was there to see it, and they talked about it on the subreddit, and I'm going to share with you what they saw. And it's really exciting. Reading this, I got so giddy. I still am giddy. I hope you guys get excited by this. Let's dive right into this. So here's what they said. It still uses the point-and-click style, but in a more immersive way. Instead of jumping from one spot to another, you sort of glide to the next spot where you can click an arrow, the familiar left, right, forward, and U-turn arrows, and then when you land in the spot, you can actually look around. It reminds me a lot of the best of the newer adventure puzzle game styles I've seen, but it still feels really familiar. So a while ago, I actually made a video. I never released it, but I actually made a video talking about sort of what I would be okay with, or what I imagine Midnight in Salem's gameplay style to be like. And many years ago, I think in 2006, a game called Return to Mysterious Island, made by the Adventure Company, it released. And it's one of my all-time favorite adventure games. I love the game. I've been playing it for years. You'll see some gameplay of it on screen right now. And that's what I imagined Midnight in Salem to look like, or play like. And from what I'm hearing, it kind of sounds like that's what it's going to be like. Not 100% like that, but very similar. We can go to individual scenes and look around and interact in that individual scene. But the actual gliding from one area to another sounds like something they did with Miss Clue, and something they also did, I think it was in Myst, they did that as well. Cannot remember for sure. But either way, I had a feeling they would do something like this from the beginning, so that's pretty exciting. It's good to hear that. The puzzles look really smooth and interactable, and you can view items in the inventory up close and rotate them around. So I think I actually called that one a while ago too. I was talking about, or I was comparing it to Tomb Raider. Actually, I forget what the context was. It was in one of my past videos. You can go and find it. Where in Tomb Raider, you can actually view objects or relics you've picked up, and you can sort of spin them around in a 360-degree area and just take a look at them from all angles and zoom in and zoom out and all that stuff. And that's what it sounds like you can do with inventory items in this as well. So that's pretty cool. Not bad, I'll take it. The inventory bar still uses those simple symbols we saw in the previews they released, which is a big departure, but it's nice having a game on the entire screen instead of a little window. I totally agree. Having a full screen game instead of a 1024 by 768, please, that's so 2012. Sorry, 2015, excuse me. They showed a new kind of puzzle, and a puzzle we've seen in previous games. The updated graphics for them honestly look really great. I've been on the fence about this Unity change, but I'm glad now that they took this leap, even if it's been literal eons. It's been 4.5 years, guys. It's a long time. It's a really long time. It's so pretty. It's got a really Nancy Drew vibe to it from what I saw, if that makes sense. We only saw outside scenes at night, like the plaza area and the graveyard, but they were nice and spooky and look much better from the first-person view than in the overhead shots they released as previews. While I still saw some chunky seams on the leaf litter on the ground, it wasn't jarring. We saw a couple characters briefly too, and phew, Lauren Holt looked a lot better fully rendered and moving. Deirdre looks a little odd still, but overall, not bad. I'm starting to feel optimistic for the first time. I want the game on Steam because the website store is so annoying, but I would consider pre-ordering now that I've seen actual gameplay. Penny said it's going to be a long game too, which is a good sign. There are tons of graphics customization options in the menu as well. It was kind of weird to see Nancy Drew with actual settings, lol. Not the familiar stack of books menu, but I don't hate it. So my guess is we're going to get settings of audio, video, and just very like the regular audio settings of, sound effects and voices and music and all that stuff. But I really hope we get settings like the graphical texture quality, game resolution, all that good stuff, because I think even a frame rate cap would be awesome. Getting that. We'll see what happens. Playing Nancy Drew in 60 frames per second, that could be very weird. Just come to think of it, actually. I don't know how to feel about that. I went up afterwards to thank Penny and the team for putting so much into the game. It literally means the world to me and my sister and my friends. This game series taught me to think critically and made me feel like an actual gamer when nothing out there was marketed to me as a kid, besides like Barbie games. But I do have to mention one potential caution. I also mentioned to her that I play on a high-end PC, and Penny responded that the game might not run perfectly on the high graphics setting. We'll probably have to settle for medium. I've seen poorly optimized games come out with this issue before, so I get it. Expectations adjusted, but it was kind of an odd comment. That is kind of interesting, that even though you've got a high-end PC, that it still might not be able to run at high settings. It must just be the fact that they simply did not have enough time. Who knows? My takeaway is that they really are planning on more games, and they were very vocal about soliciting feedback for future games, such as locations, UI, puzzles, dialogue. They want to hear it all. I felt inspired and excited, and I really hope they continue to perfect this style. It really feels like Nancy Drew could be a modern game series going forward. Fingers very, very crossed. So when I read all this, I was so excited. I was so excited. I just cannot wait. I cannot wait for December 3rd to come around. I am gonna have a hard time choosing whether or not I should play this or Halo Reach on PC. Probably this, but it's just so exciting. It's so exciting that this is actually for real. Because the fact that they were showing off, I think, a finished game, it's huge. It's a huge deal that there is actually a game that has gameplay, that has a story, that has coding to it, characters. It's huge. It's really huge. I wish I could have gone down to this conference today. Didn't have the time or the money, but I wish I could have. Huge shout out to Kata's Parchi, the Nancy Drew subreddit user who went down there and commented about all this and shared everything that they saw. It's so great. Unfortunately, what was shown off at the conference can't be shown off because of some like policies or whatever that were made. I'm not too sure what's going on, but HeR Interactive will not be showing off what they showed off at the conference. I guess we just have to wait until December 3rd to see it for ourselves. Let me know what you guys think about all this, because this is great. This is super exciting. I'm really glad to hear this. And yeah, are you guys getting more excited about this? What are your thoughts on all this? Can you wait for December 3rd? Are you gonna pre-order now if you haven't already pre-ordered? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend.